Hazel, welcome to the YTT Forever Fans Podcast.
Thanks so much for having me, Lorena. Great to see you.
Such a pleasure to have you on. I'm so excited to hear your stories about your love of Young Talent Time. So I'm going to ask you the first question. What did Young Talent Time mean to you as a young child watching?
Oh, look, it was everything to me. I was absolutely obsessed with Young Talent Time and sitting there because I couldn't go to the concerts, so I'd always watch on Channel 10 every Saturday night, and it was just brilliant. And I never got to see like Young Talent Time live or in the studio or anything. I really wish I could have, but back then my mum and dad were really kind of strict and they wouldn't let me go to the concerts and things like
Oh,
that. And
yeah.
yeah, but no, but it was good. And I used to record everything back then on VHS. And
Yes.
yeah, I mean, if anybody remembers the old VHS tapes,
I think
um,
people of our vintage do. We all
yeah, yeah,
That was how
yeah,
we did everything, didn't we? We recorded everything on those
I
tapes.
know. And if I was home watching it and I was taping it, I used to press pause when the ads would come on, and I'd cut the ads out. And I'd
Wow.
keep, but I'd keep the show, and then yeah.
Yeah.
But I had so much memorabilia and scrapbooks and stuff and
Yeah.
videotapes, and I had them all in storage, like for years. And one of those storage lockers, like Storage King or something.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I had them in one of those, and I thought it was really safe because I thought it's got a lock on. It's a closed like a room, and everything was in there. And one about I guess about 18, nearly 18 months ago, I went to the storage locker because I'd got a message saying there was no lock on the door. I'm thinking that's odd. By the time I'd got there and opened up the door, everything was gone.
Oh,
Everything was gone.
no.
Just yeah, someone. I think it was an inside job. Somebody had cut the bolts, like the padlocks, and it was a heavy
Yeah.
padlock. They'd got bolt cutters and cut them off of the storage lockers. Everything
What?
was gone. Yeah, everything was gone. And a few bits were just strewn all over the floor, which I didn't
Oh,
want anyway. It was like
no.
I didn't touch anything, and I had to call the police. And not that they could do anything, they couldn't find anything, they couldn't retrieve any of my stuff. And I swear,
Mm.
there was thousands and thousands of dollars worth of stuff in there
Oh,
because
no.
I'd
That's
stored
terrible.
so much of my stuff. Yeah, so yeah. And now when I think back and I think, oh, you know what, I had this and I had that. Like when I think of like a new saucepan I had in there, and a couple of quite a lot of other stuff, clothes, dooners, bedding, the whole
Oh, you lost
lot.
everything.
And
Oh,
yeah, I lost
dear.
everything. And now I just think,
That's
oh my
terrible.
God. And and I think to myself sometimes when I think of young talent, and I think, oh, I had scrapbooks and I had like I would cut stuff out. Like if you were in like TV Week or New Idea, Women's Stage, remember or doing Women's Weekly or something, and you guys
Yes.
were in there, I would cut all the articles out and paste them into a
Oh,
scrapbook. And I kept all
yeah.
those, and yeah, they're all gone. But
They're
you know
gone.
what?
Someone's got
Um,
them.
Someone's got them, yeah. Not that they would be worth, I mean, they were worth something to me,
Of
sentimental,
course.
because it was from my childhood, and
Yeah.
yeah, but um, I still have really good memories of, sitting down on a Saturday night and watching,
Tell me
and
about that.
even
Like in your lounge room. Who's in your lounge room on Saturday night watching Young Talent Time with you?
usually it was just me because nobody else in the family would watch it.
Really? Mum and
Yeah,
Dad?
yeah. No, they didn't. No, they didn't watch it because
Okay.
they just saw it as kids with with microphones and kind of it was dancing and singing, but they didn't really kind of enjoy that kind of format for a family show. Do you know what
Fair
I
enough.
mean?
Okay. Yep,
So
yep.
it just wasn't their cup of tea. So I would be sitting watching it on my own
Have it all to
and
yourself.
have it all to myself. Oh yeah,
Yes.
you know. I mean, sometimes I would sing along to the songs, and I remember once I was singing at the top of my voice, right? and my dad came running in and he was like, "Don't sing, don't sing." And I didn't realize it was that
Oh,
bad.
no. No. Oh, goodness. Oh, the joy of singing and dancing along with other people that you're following on
Yeah,
TV is
yeah,
wonderful.
yeah. But it,
We're
but it
allowed
was, I mean,
to.
it was great. It was great for me because it was my outlet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
it was, yeah. And and it was such a stigma to watch young talent. I mean, in a way, when I was growing up and going to school, because if the kids knew that I watched it, I'd get
Mm.
bullied at school, and they just,
Oh,
yeah. So I never used to
really?
really, I never really discuss it with the kids at school. So yeah, so it was
None of your
just
friends watched it?
my thing. No, not really. They were all into other stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
Or sporty or I don't know.
so it was just me. So it was kind of like, um in a way, I guess I saw you guys as kind of like an extension, like to my family, like cousins or brothers and sisters, because I only had one sister. So in a way, it was like I could relate to you guys, and I liked to see when they would show us, especially the family stuff, like when they
Yeah,
brought all the parents on and the brothers and the sisters, and they showed you at home, and I think there was one week there was Danny Minogue, and they went into obviously the Minogue house, and there was Kylie rehearsing for Neighbours, and then
I
Danny
remember.
and
Yes.
Kylie were singing together. That was so much fun,
Yeah.
and to
It
see
made
you
it real, didn't it?
guys,
We were
it
real
made it
people
real.
made
It made it
yeah.
real. It made it real, and it made. Well, where have you gone? And it made it like it kind of made it like us feel like we knew you, kind of knew you in a way. Do you know what I mean? Because
Mm,
you were school kids like us. So it was something fun to watch where and when we could see you guys at home and just doing normal things, like baking or whatever, you know what I mean? Or with
yeah,
your
yeah,
parents or
yeah,
or having fun together, that kind of thing. That made it more real. But
yeah.
then when it ended, I was really disappointed because um the public never got to say goodbye. Like not really, not through the TV show. They
No,
never
you're
got
right.
they never got, they never got, well, okay, this is the last YTT that's going to be televised before Christmas. Um, so say goodbye to the team, say goodbye to John
Yes,
Young,
yes.
like a hurrah and a goodbye kind of thing. We never got that.
They should have. I think everybody wanted that.
They should have done something because for so many years, like what was it, 18 years?
Yeah.
Young Talent Time for that kind of format and show, that was at the top of its game. That was one of the most popular shows in Australia,
Mm.
especially for because nobody else was doing that kind of show, and it was for the kids by the kids. So it
Absolutely.
was, and it was also showing us as young kids or school kids that you could go out and get a job, whether it was part time or whatever, or after school and make some money. And or go into the adult world and see how you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
obviously
yeah,
you guys were working with adults and the crew and hair, makeup, all of that kind of thing.
yeah.
And we're going to rehearsal studios. To me, I would have loved to have seen more where you went into the studios and rehearsing the songs or whatever, because that would have been like, wow, I would have been like, wow, a recording studio, how much fun. And
Yeah.
and later in my life, I studied music in the retailing industry. And do you remember the store that was called Brashes, the music
Of
store?
course. Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Big brushes in
Well,
the city in Melbourne. Yeah.
that had just gone into administration or receivership or whatever when I was studying music in the retailing industry. And but we went into one of the stores, and I can't remember what it was, to see how they operate. And then we went to a recording studio. I think it was called Cloudburst or Soundburst or something. and we actually recorded a demo, me and my
Oh, how
classmates.
fun.
It was so much
Wow.
fun.
Yeah.
It was so much fun, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And then I thought back to Young Talent Time because I thought I'm in a recording studio singing a song, and
Yes.
it was so much
Yeah.
fun. It was so much
Yeah.
fun.
Now
Yeah,
tell me,
but
Hazel, did you have a favorite team member or members?
I think it used to change from different teams. Like I wrote to Karen Dunkerton for a while.
Yeah.
Of course, she's now Karen Gauchi.
Yes.
Um, that was fun, and I used to wait for the. You remember the orange envelopes? You used to wait for those,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
I think I can't remember how I actually got her to write to me on a or semi-regular basis, but I
Really?
don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember writing to any of the other team members. I think I was quite introverted and shy, and it was kind of
Okay.
so it was kind of like a miracle to me that Karen Duncan would write back.
Oh,
It was kind of
and
like
regularly.
it was kind of like that. It was kind of it really kind of felt like that back then. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
But we used to only, I mean, we would write about regular things like school exams. I'd ask her, how you guys went when you went to one of the places, like if you went to Bendigo or Ballarat, or, you'd have shows
Yes.
there, and um, there'd be shows at Hamilton Island, and, so I'd
Oh, that's
ask about
fun.
all the different shows when you would go on location. Yeah. And,
Did you ever
but it
see,
was good.
did you ever
Yeah.
see any team members in public anywhere? Like
Yes.
just
Yeah.
shopping or out eating or something?
I went to Eastlands in Ringwood, and Bobby Dreesen was appearing there. And of course, me being a little bit maybe shy and naive at the time, I thought to myself, oh, even though it was like a meet and greet, I'm thinking, oh, there won't be a lot of people there. I'll just go and maybe say hello. You know what I mean? And I was a starstruck fan, and I got to actually meet him, and I could hardly get 2 words out.
Oh, a
I
bit
was just so
starstruck.
I was so starstruck, but he was so lovely. But there were
Yeah.
like the shopping center was absolutely packed. There were kids everywhere and hanging over the balconies, and it was absolutely.
Wow.
I was surprised that I got up and was able to actually go and see him like close up
Yeah.
because there were so many people there. But I stood in line, and he was lovely, but I could barely speak. So I was, yeah, I was, I never thought I would get so starstruck, but I was. Yeah,
Yeah. Wow. Now,
yeah.
what about the new generation? Did you watch that when that came around?
I did, but it didn't go for long, did it?
No, just
No, I
one.
did watch it. Yeah,
It was a pilot, so I think it was, I don't know if it was 12 or 13 episodes, maybe. I can't remember now,
something
but
like that. Yeah, I don't think it
yeah.
went past the pilot. Did it actually get to the US because it was going to the US?
I think it kind of did because I do have fans that have seen it that are in America and have seen it,
Yeah,
but it not for very long. I think it just appeared and
yeah,
then it
yeah.
disappeared
It just,
as quickly
yeah,
as it.
yeah. I think I
Yeah,
watched everyone. Yeah, I did.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And
It came
did
and
you
then it
like that?
disappeared again.
Did you
Um,
like it?
I did. Yeah, I did like it. I just wished that we'd had more time, to get used to the new generation. It
Yeah,
just
me
wasn't
too.
it wasn't long enough.
No,
And I think
I
that was
agree.
disappointing. I think it was disappointing for the guys too because as you say, it came and then it went.
Mm, mm,
Yeah.
yeah,
I think maybe it came too late before the show finished. Um, and then the younger guys like Courtney and Winita and Ricky and Jamie and Johnny and Joey, they all started and they weren't there for very long.
yeah.
And then the show was pulled off air. And I really
Very
felt
sad.
sad for them because
Yes,
they'd had a lot less time than some of the other guys and I think we were just getting to know them. Do you know what I mean?
absolutely.
So
Yeah.
it must have
And all of
been
a
it must
sudden
have
it
been really
stopped.
hard for them. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been
And
very
now
hard.
yeah, and I think there's no opportunities for the kids now, not like not like Young Talent. I do have a question for you. I've just realised.
Yes.
Before you started as a team member, did all of you guys actually go on the show as a contestant?
I don't actually know the answer to that. I can only answer for me. I know I did. I went on as a contestant, and I got through two heats. I don't know that everyone did. I'd have to have a look into that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We all got
Okay.
into the show differently. Like
Yeah.
my audition, I don't think I even realised I was auditioning because I was at the Johnny Young Talent School and they gave me a solo spot to do in the Christmas concert, and that was my audition. I
Oh,
didn't
really?
realise
Oh,
though.
wow.
Yeah. Unless I just don't remember because it was so long ago. But yeah, and then Bevan got in differently and Tim and everyone has their own story of there wasn't like a main like a procedure like it's this way, like you turn up to an audition and there's
Oh,
thousands of
okay.
kids. And it wasn't like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm. I have to find out about the contestant thing. Did you ever want to be a contestant?
I did, but I didn't know how to actually apply.
Yeah.
And then I think I remember there was a shopping centre thing once, and you had to apply to actually perform in it. And
Oh,
I put my name down, and I was going to sing a Kylie Minogue song.
oh,
And then when
which one?
um I think I was going to sing I Should Be So Lucky.
Okay.
But then when it came to it, when I realized there were actually people in the audience and there was a lot of people there, I couldn't
No.
do it. I couldn't do
It
it.
is nerve-wracking when you see all those people out there.
Yeah, yeah. How did you ever get stage fright or nervous before um the show on a Saturday night or before the audience came in? Did you ever get kind of nervous? And how did you deal with that if you did? No?
I never got stage fright, thank goodness. I don't know that in my time anyway, that any of us got stage fright. And I've asked
Yeah,
John this before. How did you know? I've told this story before. How did you know what kids wouldn't get stage fright and would be okay with just, performing in front of thousands of people and not just go and freeze?
yeah,
Nervous, maybe. I wouldn't call it nervous. I would call it excited energy. Like before you go on, it's like,
yeah,
like the big stadium concerts we do, they were like just buzzing with nervous
yeah,
energy, but not
yeah, yeah,
nervous like I don't know what I'm doing and I'm scared and all that kind of thing. It was more like excited to get
yeah,
out there. I think that's a thing that I was born with. It excites me to get out there
yeah,
as a
yeah.
child. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
so awesome. How did you remember all the choreography and
I don't know.
um
I don't know. When I think about it now, every week it was new routines. I don't know. I mean,
yeah,
we rehearsed, I think it was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, dance rehearsals, new routines every week. And sometimes some steps were repeated because how many steps
yeah,
can you come up with? Um,
yeah,
I don't know. I ponder that myself and remembering all the words to all the songs, but I don't know. It
yeah.
just seemed to work. I'm asking you questions. This is about you, Hazel. Thank you for asking me questions. Is there anything else you want to say before we finish up?
Um oh I just wanted to say it was such a great time. It was and thank you for the music and the entertaining and I know there's kids out there who like me. I mean, we looked upon you guys as family, and it was exciting every week to go. Oh, talent times on. I'm going to sit and watch it, and to see what was
Yeah.
new. What songs were going to be sung, and yeah, and just thank you for entertaining us because it
Oh,
was great.
thank you for watching. I, I, I thank John because if without John, there was no show,
Yeah,
and for choosing me and for choosing all the kids that were on it. I thank him a lot and for the fans, and that's why I'm doing this to thank the fans for the support. Without you guys, without the fans supporting it, that who would we sing to?
yeah. I just
you
and
know.
I find it amazing now that it's over 50. It's a show that's over 50 years old. I just find that incredible, and I just think to myself, because I sometimes I don't even. I mean, I'm in my mid-50s now, and I just don't think that I just go, yeah, I'm not really over 50. Do you know what I mean? I think I'm
Yeah.
only 32 in my head.
Yes, I'm in my 30s too, in my head. I can totally relate to that. Now, okay, let me ask you one last question.
Yeah,
How
go
do
on.
you describe Young Talent Time to someone that's never seen it before?
Um, I would say it's a fun show, music, dancing, guests, just kids being kids, singing for other kids, but having fun. You know, you could tell a lot that all of you guys in the songs and the routines that you were having fun. You were enjoying it. It wasn't. Do you know how some things can sometimes be a chore, and you know that you've got to do a certain something, and you go, oh, I've got to get through it or whatever. It was never like that. All of the kids, even from all of the teams across, they always looked like they were having a wonderful time. Just so much fun, and and sometimes I used to wish, oh, I wish I could do that. Always wanted to sing and dance, but never. I think my mum and dad would have gone if I just said, can I sing and dance? They would have gone, oh, I can't afford it, can't afford lessons, and so it wasn't something that was an option for me as a child. But also, I think you've got to have the dedication and the drive and the discipline um, to go to rehearsals, lessons, and put yourself out there.
Yeah.
I know, but I
Oh,
but I think it was I think it's great. It's also set you up a little bit in life too, because if that's what you can get into for the rest of your life, that's a great thing.
absolutely. Now, at the
Mm.
very end of the show, did you rock back and forth with us and sing your oohs? Ooh,
I think I
ooh,
did from memory. I might have
ooh.
even waved my hands in the air, like back to side to
Night,
side, and
Australia.
yeah.
Oh, that's
you know,
wonderful.
and
It's
John
been
used to
so
always say
lovely.
good night to someone different each night, each week, or
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes. We'd always be sitting there waiting to hear our name. Is he going to say my name? Whose name is he going to say next? Make sure that
yeah,
you're still paying attention because by that time it's the end of the night and quite tired
yeah,
mentally and physically. So we're
yeah.
just
And he might have said
waiting.
good night, Lorena, and you'd be looking at the wrong camera.
What? Oh, I love great memories. Thank you so much for sharing all that with us today. It's
You're
been a
welcome.
wonderful chat. And would you encourage other fans to come on to the podcast and have a chat as well?
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. It's
Oh,
been
my
fun,
absolute
and
pleasure.
it's been fun, and look, I just love talking about like-minded stuff. You know what I mean? And it just makes me like it brightens up a not so great day. It brightens up a day.
Yeah,
It
beautiful,
does.
Hazel. Thank you for
Uh,
coming on.
no problem. Have a good night. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.